to STEAM for Teens. I'm Miss Julia from the Bealton Library. Today's theme is tricking the eye. If you picked up supplies in your bag, you should have 4 different illusions, and 3 sheets of paper. Additionally, you will also need a pencil, some markers, crayons, or pencils. And a straight edge is optional. If you did not pick up a bag, then you will need 3 sheets of unlined paper, a pencil, and some markers, crayons, or pencils, colored pencils. So to begin today, we've all seen them, although you may not have even realized what they are. When you hear the phrase optical illusion, what do you think of? This is one of the most famous ones. Is it a vase? Or do you see 2 faces? Everyone that looks at an optical illusion may see something different. You may have seen the vase first, or you may have seen the 2 faces. But before we continue, let's define what an optical illusion is. Optical illusions are visuals that trick the eye into seeing things that aren't really there. Your eyes and your brain work together to see. Because we live in a 3-dimensional world, your brain gets clues about depth, shadowing, lighting, and position to help you interpret what you see. But when looking at a 2-dimensional image, your brain can be fooled because it does not get the same clues. So now we're going to do a little experiment, and I'm going to demonstrate how the brain and eye work together. So you're going to take 1 sheet of paper, and you're going to roll it into a tube just like this. So what you need to do is you're going to hold the tube up in front of one eye like this, but you're going to make sure that eye is open. And then you're going to take your hand and you're going to put it just like this with your palm facing you right next to the tube. And what do you see? It should look like your hand has a hole in it. And you know your hand does not have a hole in it because you can see exactly what is behind it. All right, now how does that work? Your brain takes information from both of your eyes to make one image. One eye sees a hole and the other sees a hand. When the brain adds the 2 together, you see a hand with a hole in it. So optical illusions, you can find them all over, but a lot of times they're used in art. Artists use pattern and color to create images. The eye gathers information from these images, which the brain then processes, making us think we are seeing things that aren't really there. I'm going to now share some illusions with you. If you look at the screen, you will see the first one. Do you see the spiral, green and purple spiral? When you look at this optical illusion, what do you see? Does it look like the spiral is moving? It does. So now we're going to look at another illusion. This one's one of my favorites. If you look at it, it looks like the whole image is turning and revolving. All right, now we're going to look at another one. This one, what do you see when you look at it? It looks like it's rippling, like there's water. Do you see how it's moving up and down? And we have one last one. When you look at this one, what do you think? Do you think that the lines are straight or do you think they are crooked? Well, they do look crooked, but they really are straight. These are all examples of optical illusions. And now there are so many illusions out there. You can find so many. This is just a few of them. But now we are going to make our own optical illusion art. And this is what it's going to look like. So first, you need to get your paper and your pencil. Your paper. I'm going to turn me. And you're going to trace your hand. When you're tracing your hand, you want to make sure that you get the wrist part, and you want to make sure that your fingers are spread apart. So you're just going to trace around your fingers. Just like that. And you should have a hand. Now we're going to take our hand and we are going to draw straight. We're going to start on the left corner and we're going to draw a straight line. This is where you can use your straight edge if you want, or you can freehand it. And when you get to the hand, you're going to stop and you're going to move over to the other side of the hand and you're going to draw a straight line. After you draw those two straight lines, you're going to take it and you're going to draw an arched line that connects it. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to draw another straight line, and then we're going to arch it. We're going to do the same thing. Let's keep drawing it across. Another straight line, another straight line. We're just going to keep arching it. You want to make sure they're as evenly spaced as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect though. And just keep arching it. Now, when you get to the fingers, you're going to do the same thing. Keep drawing it. Let's see, now it goes across. And so you're going to arch it. And then you're going to arch each individual finger as you get to it. You're going to keep arching, drawing the straight lines across. It's a little tricky when you get to the fingers. And it's okay if it's not perfect. You want to make sure you do have some arches in your fingers. When you get to the end of the fingers, you're just going to draw the straight lines across. And when you're done, it should look something similar to this. After you're done tracing it, you're going to lightly shade around your hand with the pencil, just to give it a little bit more depth. Around each finger. This really makes the hand pop. Doesn't have to be perfect. And now it should look something like this. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take a dark colored marker, pencil, crayon. I'm gonna use markers because they'll show up really well on screen. And I'm just gonna trace all of these lines. If you don't want to use black, you don't have to. You can use a dark purple, you can use a dark blue. Just want that first color to be darker to cover those pencil lines. You're just going to trace each line, following your arches and your straight lines. And your lines can be closer together, so don't worry if yours aren't as far apart as mine are. I'm just going to keep tracing those lines. All right, and now it should look something like this. So now to add a little bit more color, I am going to take a little bit of a bright color. I'll do some orange to really make it look cool and just trace along those lines. You can use whatever color you want. I'm just using orange. Once you trace those lines once, it gets a lot faster. Once again, you want to make sure that you're following along your original line. So you can stop here or you can add more colors. I'm going to stop here, but I got to add blue, purple, whatever color I want. But do you see how we just made our own optical illusion art? See how the hand pops? It looks like it's laying on top of the lines, but we know that it's not. And we can use this technique with other shapes. Here's a fun little heart I made. So you can use this, try it with different shapes and have fun with it. So enjoy your 3D handprint. And now I'm going to share some books that you can check out from the library to learn more about optical illusions. We have The Art of Optical Illusions. We have Amazing Optical Illusions. And we have eye-popping optical illusions. And in here you'll see there's like really cool pictures and just all kinds of different illusions. Thank you so much for joining me today. And remember to join us in 2 weeks for Bridge Challenge. All right, bye. Thank you.